Velocity TV begins now.
Are you ready?
Ladies and gentlemen, strap yourselves in for the wildest thrill ride of your life. So grab a snack and sit back because we're about to throw it down.
We've got the best three-wide action door-to-door racing on the turn number 4 you'll find on iRacing, right here live on the Full Velocity Racing Network.
We are about to crown tonight's champion, and it's time to let her dig.
We're restacked and repacked up for turn number 4. Who's it gonna be?
And your source for esports racing is live. Good evening, everybody, and welcome to the Full Velocity Racing Network live tonight at the Lanier National Speedway. Friday Night Lights presented by Blowbye Racing is live tonight via Facebook Live, YouTube, and Twitch TV. Hello, everybody. Phil Lacasse here. Jack Chewin on the controls, alongside of Raging Ron Piles, and even a cameo from the big one himself, Mr. Too Tall Todd Stanton. It is a crowded house tonight here at Blowbye Racing League. Ron, you've been here a lot with me this season. Nick Wiley comes in as tonight's series points leader as we shift gears to the pro legs at Lanier, by far away my favorite track. But how the heck you doing? What do you think we can expect to see for a race here tonight?
Doing really well. Glad to be back here. Tinkering with some new system stuff here. As you guys know, I was having some system issues, but glad to be back here, back on the microphone. Yeah, he said Nick Wiley point leading his way through tonight here into Lanier, so we'll see what can happen. Is he's got a lot of company tonight as far as what he's looking at battling and being up against here. Looking down through, he didn't really fare so well in qualifying, but we'll see if that car can come around later here in the event. Is like Robert Fletcher posting quick time currently for qualifying. Brett rolls in with second so far. Aaron Brumbelow for third, Joshua Ely for fourth, and Rick Gibson rounding out your top 5 in qual right now. Shane Kelly, you can't count him out. Looks like 6th in qual. So heat race is going to set up a terrifying feature here. It's going to be pretty bad to the bone getting down and dirty here tonight at Lanier.
Absolutely right. And you think about it, last week's race, we saw Aaron Brumbelow, who had come in with the points lead last week, had a disastrous night, ended up losing that points lead by finishing in the back of the field and handed the lead over to Nick Wiley here tonight. So we'll see how they play out over the course of what looks like it's going to be 2 heat races and then a 50-lap feature event. So this one should go by at a pretty frantic pace. And it is so good on a Friday night to talk to my partner in crime of a long time, Mr. Too Tall Todd Stanton. Todd, out here on a rare Friday night. Welcome back from short track racing at Afton on Fridays, and get to come hang out with us at Blowbye tonight. About dang time we get you over here.
Yeah, definitely a fantastic way to spend a Friday night. Come on over and see what's going on over here at Blowbye. I've been hearing a lot of great things. I'm glad to see this show. I've qualified on the pole in street stock. Remember, I'm just a camera guy, according to these guys over here, but they don't actually know that I actually announced too.
Well, that's okay. We could let him do that too. And, they even found out a couple of weeks ago, Todd, you got out there and these guys in a street stock and set quick time. Did anybody know that Todd not only was the camera guy and the announcer, but they don't have a clue you had a racing background?
Yeah, I've had an extensive racing background for the sim world and even on the real world, along with Piles has some racing background himself too. But it's glad to be a part of this here tonight. Glad that you guys invited me. A little bit of a cameo experience for me. Finally got in the server. Going to see what these guys are all about. Going to see what all the talk's about here tonight. A lot of good cars in the field from what I see, and like to see this. Like to see the series keep growing too here on the Full Velocity Racing Network.
Yeah, we hope so as well. I know talks have been underway to maybe pick up another night of the series at these fellows, so we'll have to see how that goes over the next couple of weeks. I believe we're I think we're halfway through here. The Blowbye 2019 Fall Jamboree, as we've been doing out here, the Coast to Coast late models here live on every Friday night. Got to thank Mullet Motorsports, State Line Motorsports for being the great presenting sponsors for this series. Thank, of course, our great sponsors here at the network. Got to thank Hanover Record Service and iRacing, iFlag, Boyles Trucking, CCM Custom Designs and Engraving, BladeNode.com, South Texas Speedway, Montstar Productions, TDR Racing League, Hard Motorsports, Trash Panda Graphics, Eichstadt Wraps, and Full Throttle with the gent, as the call has been made to click it on over into heat racing action. So the first of what is going to be 2 races. Ron, I'll throw it to you. Why don't you give it our Boyles Trucking starting lineup for heat race number 1?
Alrighty, heat race number 1, your Hard Motorsports Fast Time Award tonight goes to Robert Fletcher, the number 77 machine. His outside is the number 01 of Aaron Brumbelow. Starting inside row number 2, in the 3rd position with Hard Motorsports number 38 of Rick Gibson. His outside starting 4th in the 96 machine will be Cody Herron. Starting inside row number 3 in the 5th position will be the 32 of Brent Allen. And his outside will be the number 11 machine, that is going to be Nick Wiley. Starting in 6th. Starting inside row number 4, and the number 13 will be Caleb Ramsey, and his outside running out the field, and the number 90 will be Kevin Preston.
Not sure we're going to have all laid out there, as I don't believe the 90 car ever actually got all the way to the race server. Maybe he did, but I don't see a time posted for him whatsoever, so I believe that Kevin Preston's not going to join us out here for racing tonight. I don't think he put a lap out there in practice even, so I think he just kind of was in and out. So we'll have 7 drivers out there. 10 laps going to go around. They'll all race on to the main event, and Todd, we come back to a place where we know and love real well, the Lanier National Speedway Pro Late Model versions. Feels like a while since we've done out in the Pro Lakes. We've been out here street stock racing. We've done some UMP modifieds out here, but I can't remember the last time we did a Pro Late Model race out here, Lanier. It's been a while. This will be some fun to settle in and watch these fellas go around.
Definitely been a while since we've seen the Pro Late Models here at Lanier, and hopefully going to see some great racing at the iRacing.com page truck down the pit road. iRacing iFlag green flag is out. The Texas iRacing.com page truck. Not used to Friday nights, but the 77 of Robert Fletcher takes the early advantage.
Sure does. He'll lead the field off with turn number 1 and 2 already here on the opening lap of the race. Fletcher, tonight's Hard Motorsports quick time, puts a 77 in a lead. The race is for 2. Rick Gibson to the inside. Ron and Brumbley, they're going to go side by side off a 4 to complete lap 2.
Yes, they are working their way back into 1 and 2 here. We're going to be almost 3 wide for second there coming to the corner. It's going to be Rick Gibson, Cody Herron. It looks like Aaron Brumbelow all battling for that position there. Brumbelow is going to slide way high and allow that room for Rick Gibson. I don't know if Gibson's going to be able to hang on to that Thursday going to turn 3, Todd.
Yeah, watching Rick Gibson, just watching him come up through the field here. I've been seeing him improve here because the 96 machine now down to the bottom here, down to the 3rd spot, but the 01 machine back battling out of Bumbley. It's a lot of good racing going on here. That's a battle for the 3rd and 4th spot there. The 01 machine down to the bottom, the 96 up top. Some nice looking cars out here too. First time I've took a gander at some of these cars.
Absolutely, this is a lot of really great cars out here. Give these guys all props, and so this is a fun lead to go on board of, and I'm really glad Todd's out here to experience Blowbye Racing League on a Friday night, all part of Friday Night Lights, and things go by here at a pretty fever pitch. Already halfway home here, 5 in, 5 to go. The race leader is that number 77 of Rob Fletcher for that Team Hard Motorsports. Number 38 of Rick Gibson, Ron. He's chased him down to 2 car lengths. 38 maybe a little tad bit quicker right now.
Yeah, he seems to be a little quicker here according to the scoring loops we got here at the moment, but I'm watching the 96 get loose. The 11's going to almost lose control there in the back of the field as Brent Allen got loose, and Wiley having to get on the brakes a little bit and having to check up for that, but we worked our way around here. We got 3 to go, so it'll be 2 to go this time by for your leader, Robert Fletcher, as he is continuing to command the field here with Rick Gibson trying to reel him in.
Yeah, Rick Gibson doing a fantastic job holding, it looks like a little bit lower line than Robert Fletcher. And then number 77 machine coming off of turn number 4. We're going to see the white flag. One more trip around Lanier here for heat race number 1. And it's been all Robert Fletcher, Rick Gibson running in that 2nd spot.
Gibson looks like he'll take second here. His checkered flag going to go up in the air. Rob Fletcher will take down the win in heat race number 1 off turn number 4. Gibson going to finish up in the 2nd spot. 3rd will go to Aaron Brumbley. Cody Herron will finish up 4th. Caleb Ramsey brings the 13 home in the 5th spot, followed by Brent Allen and Nick Wiley. The number 11 had an off run here in heat race number 1. Nick, trying to cling on to that points lead. Not exactly the way you want to get started here in the course of a night, but we've got heat race number 2 out on the speedway here in Todd. We'll do the reverse whip around this time, right? I'll throw it to you. You give us our Voiles Trucking starting lineup.
And your Voiles Trucking starting lineup here for heat race number 2, going to be on the pole driving as the number 17 machine. That is going to be the Tennessee Tumbler. Brett Rolls and his dancing brother outside driving the 09. That's Joshua Ely. Inside row number 2, that's the number 7 machine. That's Showtime Shane Kelly and his dancing brother outside driving the 05 machine. That is Chris West. Inside row number 5, or inside row number 3, fifth starting position, and Gagliano, Cody,
Gagliano.
Gagliano. And the chat, you did this to me on purpose. Not knowing these guys' names, I apologize. Cody will get it right. And on the outside of him, it's Tim Bradburn. Now I can't even talk now after trying to pronounce that name. But good job, Cody, getting me all tripped up there. But Phil did that to me on purpose. I know he did.
Yeah, Ron, I did. Did it on purpose. We knew that was going to be a tongue twister for him. We've done that one a couple of times to get used to that one. Gagliano aboard car number 10, one of the guys over here in charge. Is Ron, we're going
right. Drink a beer for that one.
Green flag up in the air.
Yes, sir. Irish flag, green flag down and away. Brett Rolls jumps to that early lead, taking command off of that pole position for heat number 2. And they're going to try to battle it out behind him. Looks like we're at the 89 or the 09 of Joshua Ely and the 7 of Shane Kelly trying to battle it out. But Joshua Ely going to pull away there from Shane Kelly, going to allow that to straighten out. But the battle right now is going to be between Chris West in 5th and Tim Bradburn in 6th.
There is Bradburn back there aboard that number 2 as there stays single file for the most part here as we complete lap number 2. The race leader is Brett Rolls. Josh Ely in for 2nd. Shane Kelly rides along in that 3rd spot. You look back to 4th. That number 10 car, Cody Gagliano. Cody having a good run, ball single file time as we approach halfway. 3 in the books this time by.
Yeah, single file looking at the last lap time for the number 17 of Brett Rolls of 14.194. But quicker was Joshua Ely there last time, the 09 machine. They're trying to gather it back up, but not by much, 14.1. It was a 183, but last time now, another new lap. That time Brett Rolls a little bit faster. So those guys changing back and forth with fast laps. Ely able to throw it into the corner that time as Brett Rolls continues to lead about car length to 2 car lengths, now 3 car lengths. He stretched it out again.
That he is. Look at the times here, like you said in the scoring. Brett Rolls definitely performing faster, not by much. So we're looking at maybe 0.02 tenths of a second, so it's not even by much here as Brett Rolls commanding around the speedway. 4 laps to go. So they're working their way out of turn number 2 down the back straightaway. Brett Rolls still continuing to lead. Everybody single file right now, kind of settled in for the time being, working their way around this Lanier Speedway. It looks like the battle right now is almost heating up for 4th position between Cody Gagliano and Chris West. But this Lanier Speedway being it's being pretty wide right now. But some of these drivers are settled into the line they're running, and being where it's slick at right now makes it a little hard to pass, but these guys definitely trying to make it happen.
And I can see the racetrack really slowing down out there because guys like Rolls were really fast in practice last time by, toting a 14.17. Josh Ely was put his car out there with a 14.16, Todd. There were drivers in the high 13s, 13.9s last there in heat race number 1. Racetrack, as this thing slickens off, it's starting to lose a little bit of grip and a little bit of speed out there.
Yeah, definitely. As we enter the final lap, already down, I believe this is the back straightaway here into turn number 3. Brett Rolls is still holding on to the top spot, but off of 4, going to pick up heat race number 2, going to be the Tennessee Tumbler, Brett Rolls. Joshua Ely was starting to close the gap, though, getting a little bit faster. And 09 is going to finish up 2nd. 3rd is going to be Showtime Shane Kelly, the number 7 machine.
Sure is. Cody Gagliano will finish up in the 4th spot. Chris West, Tim Bradburn will round out our 6-car field. So that'll do it for qualifying. That means we have a brief little warm-up session before we get to our 50-lap main event. That allows us time here to take this thing trackside. Let's pay honor to this great nation, the United States of America. Ladies and gentlemen, the playing of our national anthem.
Oh, say can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars
All right, back here live, Lanier National Speedway. It has been clicked forward, and we are ready to lock and load for a 50-lap feature event, Blowbye Racing League, coast-to-coast late model series, all part of the 2019 Fall Jamboree for Blowbye Racing. Let's take you through our Voiles Trucking starting lineup on the pole tonight. Aboard car number 77, that is Robert Fletcher, and alongside, and the number 17, the Tennessee Tumbler, Brett Rolls.
Starting inside row number 2 will be the 38 machine from Harmon Sports Rick Gibson. And his outside will be the 09 machine of Joshua Ely starting in 4th.
Guy that comes in tonight, runner-up in the standings, winless on the year, rolls off 5th aboard car number 01. That is Aaron Brumbelow. And on the outside, aboard car number 7, welcome back to the network, Showtime, Shane Kelly.
Starting inside row number 4, driver out of Illinois, number 96, Cody Herron. And his outside driver out of the Mid-South region, in the number 10 machine starting 8th will be Cody Gagliano.
Caleb Ramsey rolls off of the 9th position tonight. He is aboard car number 13, and on the outside in the 05, that'll be Chris West.
And starting inside row number 6, the number 32 machine out of the Carolinas is Brent Allen. And his outside, starting in the 12th position, the number 2 machine out of Michigan, Tim Bradburn.
Rolling shotgun on the field, 13th starting position tonight, the points leader, the man in charge over here at Blowbye Racing aboard car number 11. That is Nick Wiley, the boss man. So that's going to be a long road to hoe if he wants to hold on to this points lead tonight, because he's got 50 laps around Lanier Pro late models. Todd, this one's fixing to pick up and get antsy. I am ready to lock and load and ready to uncork these cars loose. Welcome back to Sim Racing on a Friday night, brother. So great to have you back.
They are definitely stacked and packed and ready to race off at turn number 4. Who's it gonna be here tonight?
All right, he blew his arm out for the whole night right there, but hey, that's great. We got on a Friday night. Rob Fletcher takes us to the iRacing guy flag, green flag. Brett Rolls going to roll there for a second or 3 wide. Here comes Josh Ely. Here comes Brumbley. They are side by side. About 3-4 wide as they hit turn 1.
Yeah, that they are. They're 3-4 wide, 2 deep there. They're dicing and slicing back there. Brett Rolls looks like he's come out on top. Arm Edgeworth's teammates battling for second position there between Brett Rolls and they have Rick Gibson down there on the bottom. Brett Rolls trying to get the top side there rolling. Joshua Ely says, I'm going to try and come through the center, but it's not just up to them there. We've also got the 01 machine trying to dig his way into this battle as well as he's working his way through the field. As Aaron Brumble looks like he's sliding back now, trying to slice and dice and trying to figure out exactly where the grip is. But the 7 machine also going to try and stick his nose in it. Shane Kelly not letting this battle go up easy either.
Watching Brett Rolls running in that second spot, Rick Gibson doing a fantastic job working over the bottom side there. He's catfishing it here. Rolls trying to pinch it down just a little bit. Ely up into the wall, and that 09 machine leaves the door wide open, 3 wide for the 4th spot now. The 01 starting to dig on the bottom, trying to get around the number 7 of Showtime, Shane Kelly, who's working about the middle groove here at Lanier Speedway. But it's been all Robert Fletcher so far, trying to run away and hide in that number 77 machine, just over Brett Rolls and Rick Gibson right there for 3rd.
Yeah, and I'm watching the 09 and Ely straddle against that wall, and he's really flirting with it. I think he's getting pretty close to asking that wall out on a date, as close as he's hovering to that thing. But up front, Fletcher continuing to lead. You got Rolls there, Gibson to the second spot to 38. We are side by side for that 4th spot on back. I'll call it a 3-car battle for 3rd. Rolls, Gibson, Brumbley is there, the number 01. You got Shane Kelly's number 7. This is a good 4-car race. Call that for about 2nd on back, Ron. It's been heating up pretty good, but we got a yellow flag on the speedway.
Yeah, most definitely caught that caution there as it was starting to happen. Gonna have a bunch of guys fighting for real estate there, and a disagreement of space gonna happen for sure. As looks like the 09, I believe it is. That's gonna be Ely having problems early. Gonna continue to have issues there. Is looks like a little loose there, and a couple guys getting stacked up, nowhere to go. Like the 05 machine gonna catch a piece of that. That's gonna be Chris West, also another driver.
Looks like the 10 of Cody Gagliano going to get a piece of that as well. So the guys in charge over here at Blowbye, Wiley and Cody, having a little bit of an off night here at Lanier. It's a great racetrack. It's really, really quick. But if you're not, really adept to running here, Todd, it's a tricky little joint if you're not too used to it. And talk about, like, we got the pro late models now. And I'm hearing about these pros. They don't sit up on the bars like their counterpart, the supers, do. They kind of, what I'm hearing from guys, they kind of drive a little bit kind of erratic. Now, the 3/8 mile Lake Lanier, that could make for some interesting driving, can it?
Definitely can. I still like to be up on the bars, but the pro late models seem to be a little bit better. I'm going to say than what they have been, but I still like to be up on the bars there, Phil. And it's going to be rather interesting to see how the pro late model is going to be able to shake it out here. As iRacing I flag, green flag back out, and Robert Fletcher assumes the lead once again.
Go ahead, Ron. You take the call.
All right. Like I said, Robert Fletcher taking back off the lead. Rick Gibson and Brett Rolls back at battle again. But the battle right now that I just noticed is faded there for a second was all the way in the back. They were 3 wide. Finally filed down to 2 between Ely trying to make his way back up front. He's making passes around Tim Bradburn and getting ready to set his sights on going to be Nick Wiley here shortly. As Nick Wiley is currently doing battle with Cody Heron. So these guys are still fighting it out back here, tooth and nail, side by side, 3 wide, trying to throw it in deep, sell it cheap, get it done here. As they know they still got a little bit of ways to go yet, but they want to get to that position to get settled in, trying to work on the guy in front of them. Lap after lap. You always want to make some sort of progress here, especially in a league that has such quality drivers as we do here at the Blowbye Racing League here tonight in the Pro Late Models.
We absolutely do, and throwing it in deep and selling it cheap. I like that one. That's going to have to go in the repertoire somewhere. Look up front, Rob Fletcher, he's done basically all night over here from practice on it to qualifying through his heat. Now up to the first 15 laps plus of this feature event, he leads the way. But Brett Rolls, that number 17, is starting to really apply some pressure to that number 77. Also Rick Gibson, a 38. He looks to the low side of Rolls. We're going to race for second, Todd, off in the turn 1.
Yeah, Rick Gibson peeking down to the bottom side. Is another yellow flag going to come out. Hanover Record Service yellow flag coming out over the field here at Lanier. And going to have to see what caused that one. I believe Caleb Ramsey, the number 13, may be involved in that one. He definitely was. Has a little bit of contact there with the 7 to Showtime Shane Kelly. And he goes spinning around up in the air. Not upside down, but he goes around like a flying saucer, unidentified flying object for the number 13 machine of Caleb Ramsey.
All right, you got to be easy with that UFO kind of thing, because wasn't it just a week where we were also supposed to storm Area 51, and that didn't go quite as planned? I guess Caleb was kind of in the spirit of there, and maybe he's trying to fly to the sky and catch the aliens. Who knows? But either way, I do know we're under yellow flag here, working lap number 19. Great to have you all aboard tonight via the Full Velocity Racing Network, Facebook Live, YouTube, and Twitch TV. A crowded house here tonight. Phil LeCasse, Todd Stanton, Ron Piles, Jack Truman, man, the controls. Can't remember the last time we had a 4-way booth up here at Full Velocity. It's been quite a while, but this is pretty freaking awesome, I got to say, to bring these guys a Blowbye Racing League, because I believe it was like 2 or 3 weeks ago. I don't think neither one of us besides Jack was here. We got to thank Brett Rolls, who stepped in that night for us on I guess it was past the 12 o'clock hour kind of thing, getting up in the booth. But great to see Brett out there racing tonight. He's going to restart this one, Ron, from the outside of the first row. iRacing I flag, green flag returns to the air on lap 20.
Yeah, Robert Fletcher back to the point. It was like Robert's getting some great restarts here, and it's putting Brett Rolls back on the back burner there. But Brett's got company once again. Gibson was trying the bottom. He's going to slide back. Looks like Gibson's going to lose 3rd position to the 01 of Aaron Brumbelow, and now Brumbelow is going to set his sights on Brett Rolls, and that is may or may not happen here. He's working his way around the bottom now. But if I know Brett's not going to give up the top side, seeing that's where the momentum is right now. So Brumblow's going to have to try and find some grip on the bottom as we watch Fletcher just command his leader on this Lanier International Speedway.
Yeah, about a 3-car length lead does Robert Fletcher hold over that number 17 of Brett Rolls. As Brumbelow been peeking down to the bottom, can't get that forward bite off the corner. And that 01 machine just trying to track these guys down. Rick Gibson not going away though either. And that number 38 machine, he's been peeking back to the outside. He's able to keep the momentum up in the top shelf of the speedway. It looks like though Brett Rolls starting to catch the number 77, but another yellow flag going to restack and repack this field. He's out over the field once again.
Yeah, it sure was.
Looks like Nick Wiley and Caleb Ramsey once again, unfortunately faltering to the caution here for this one.
Yeah, yellow flag on the speedway for the 3rd time now, working lap number 25. So we're halfway home here is that contact there. Wiley having a tough break. Wiley, a guy trying to hold on to a slim points lead of 11 points over Aaron Brumbley, the number 30 of 01 car. Aaron is having a really, really good night. So if I saw what happened here last week when this kind of was the opposite role, Wiley was having a good run up in the top 5. Aaron had an off night. Point standings tonight, Todd, they may change upside down. We've seen this here before, and I'm hoping over the next couple of weeks, I know we're going to be off here together, it sounds like, in a couple of weeks. Ron will be here. We'll miss that show, but over the course of the balance of the season on a Friday night, it's going to be a lot of fun to watch because these points get us a little bit tighter, and the great thing about it, neither of these guys racing for the championship as we speak have a win this season. It shows really the competitive balance over here. You get a couple of guys that come in from the outside, you know, the invaders, you could call them. They'll come in to steal a couple of wins, but the guys that have been here all season, those are guys truly racing for a championship.
Yeah, definitely. Those guys racing for the championship, and it goes, speaks volumes for what was going on there for that championship. Up as I racing, I flag, green flag back out, and again, Robert Fletcher up to the lead once again. There's Brett Rose seems to have a better long run car, and he's a little bit out of his game. Kind of took him out of his what he was doing there. As Gibson makes contact there, Gibson makes more contact to the wall, leaves the door wide open to the number 96 machine. He scoots down in there. Kelly, that number 96, trying to get around their Gibson, but he fires back into that 4 spot. Meanwhile, up front, Robert Fletcher starting to pull back away from the number 17, the Tennessee Tumbler Brett Rolls. Rolls not letting him get out of his sight, though. About a car length and a half separate those two.
Yeah, watching here, that didn't take long, but trying to watch Fletcher work the bottom, but as he was trying to work the bottom, it was allowing Rolls to have a run on the high side, and I'm surprised that he caught it as soon as he did, because Rolls was on a mission, and he was trying to set that thing up for success here as they were reeling us down here. As we're just a little over halfway. We got 20 laps to go, and this will be 19 this time by the stripe for your leader. And these guys are starting to throw slide jobs and crossovers, and we're about to see some sliders here tonight. It's going to be a burger joint for the rest of the evening, I believe.
It really is. We look back here, I see Rick Gibson and Cody Herron have a heck of a race back here for the 4 spot. 96 car versus 38. We see Rick bounce off the wall. Cody Herron's car in these last 10 laps has really come to life. He's taking it to that number 38, and how about the run for that? Oh, what an Aaron Brumbley. That's two guys we don't know an awful lot about, Todd. But look at Cody Herron's 96. He's to the low side of Brumbley off turn 2.
Cody Herron doing a fantastic job, and I stole it from as you threw it to me there, Phil. So we're going to give it back to Ron. It's Cody Herron up to that 3rd spot.
Yeah, Cody Herron up to 3rd. Brett Rolls currently got into the wall about half a lap ago and gave up some of the ground he had gained on Robert Fletcher, so that's going to hurt a little bit there. Robert Fletcher's still out about a little over half a second lead. Looks like going to be Aaron Brumbelow, the next one back. Cody Herron currently rolling in 4th at the moment. Currently your top 5 rounded out is Rick Gibson, and 6th is Shane Kelly. Battles all over the speedway at the moment here, some single file. I don't see anybody really in a real good heated battle at the moment, so we'll see what happens here within the next 15 laps as this race continues to wind down. It's like the 96 of Herron trying that slide job move, trying to get around the track, and it's proven fast on entry, but I think he's losing a lot of speed as he's trying to pick the car back up the throttle coming down the straightaway.
Yeah, he absolutely is. That car really losing a head of steam there. I'm looking and watching all these guys basically going up to the top side of the racetrack. It looks like the more laps we put on the surface, it looks like that's going to be the way of the round with the pro. You know, the pro lakes with a fixed setup top. Once that bottom side goes away, you almost have to run that slider line to be fast, but that's a really fine line you got to straddle.
Definitely a fine line, trying to get that line to work, but also you got to remember how to get off the corner. Like, that's where you're going to win your dirt races, is off the corner, especially on the shorter track. That's where you're going to win the races. Is watching a battle now unfold there. The 09 machine of Josh Ely trying to get on there. Showtime Shane Kelly, and then number 7 machine Rick Gibson right there too in the fray. As Shane Kelly hits the outside wall, it's going to allow Ely to slide up in front of him, put Ely to position number 6 ahead of Showtime Shane Kelly. Kelly was able to run some pretty fast laps there, faster than Gibson, but he wasn't able to get around him. As now here comes Shane Kelly back down to the bottom, trying to catfish it as best that he can there. The number 7 machine, there's just no forward bite. You're going to have to throw that kind of slider line as it's going right now. Nothing on the bottom. Robert Fletcher still leading.
Yeah, Fletcher continuing to leave aboard that number 77. I'm watching this little battle starting to shape up for second, Rod. You got Brumbley there, that number 01. He keeps taking that peak to the bottom. He's beginning to run that slider line a little bit. You can see how Rolls is really carrying the momentum up high, but Aaron, as he keeps trying that line to the middle, he's getting a little bit of time, but it's going to be awfully tough to pass using that line. Brett's got a really good piece off the corner.
Yeah, that he does. I'm sitting here watching the lap times on the scoring board over here. Brett Rolls looks like he was the fastest last time by the 14.632, but some of these guys, as far as the top 3 go, they're not far off. Robert Fletcher 14.644 and Aaron Brumbelow with the 14.694 last time around, so those changing. Cody Herron actually had the last fast time around till till Brumbelow hit at 14,666. So these guys out here doing some battle here with this time by for your leader. We'll have 5 laps to go for Robert Fletcher. He's putting on one heck of a show out there for the fans.
Yeah, Robert Fletcher definitely put on a wet little show there. And I see iRacing flag on the side of that number 77 machine, I do believe, is what I'm seeing on the side of that. Kind of peeking from a different camera angle. I got my broadcast angles in and not my camera angles that I use to actually show what's going on in the speedway. So it's a little bit different for me. I'm used to up close and personal, and not seeing that. Here is Robert Fletcher coming up here to get 3 laps remaining here over Brett Rolls there by 0.716. Then you got Brumley in the 0-1 machine running 0.96 back, and he's throwing a slider of his own on Brett Rolls. Rolls able to cross him back over and put it back into second. 2 to go.
Yep, 2 to go. Rolls trying to fight off that 0-1 challenge, and as they race it on there, throwing slack jobs back and forth, that's allowing Ron Fletcher's number 77 to scoot away from the field. The next time by Ron, that 77 car, he's going to see white flag on the field. One more trip around the 3/8.
You have white flag out here for your race leader. Robert Fletcher working his way at a big battle for second here. Brett Rolls and Aaron Brumbelow. Brett tries to protect the slider line. Gonna get hit. That's gonna put Brett in the wall, but your race winner is gonna be Robert Fletcher as he comes across the start finish line in the lead. Second will go to Aaron Brumbelow unofficially. Third, Rick Gibson. Fourth, Joshua Ely. Fifth should be Shane Kelly. And rounding out your top 6 finishers here should be Brent Allen, maybe. There's a lot of stuff that happened there at the end.
I'll tell you what, it was checkers or wreckers right there for that number 17 of Brett Rolls, and he threw that thing in there deep, and as did Aaron Brumbelow, and Aaron comes out with that second spot. That was a pretty dang good race right there, Todd. Fletcher was basically unchallenged up front, but you know, Rolls versus Brumbelow, that last couple of laps, that just shows you the beauty of fixed setup racing with these pro lanes.
Yeah, definitely. Brumbelow throwing it in pretty deep. Same way with Brett Rolls. Those guys racing hard for the same piece of real estate there. Unfortunately, Brett Rolls getting the short end of the stick there. And that number 17 machine, he's going to wind up, looks like, in the 10th position. So, going to be in the top 10, but not the run that Brett Rolls wanted after running second all evening long. So, tough break for Brett Rolls. Robert Fletcher, good job to him in that number 77 machine, being very, very dominant here tonight, leading 49 laps of 50. That's as close to dominant as you can. He almost led all the laps there, Phil.
He almost did. He had a heck of a night out there in that number 77 car. We'll move toward the Full Velocity TV post-race show brought to you by BladeNo.com. I know for sure I'll send Ron down to talk to our third-place finisher, his buddy, teammate at Team Har. That is Rick Gibson. And Todd, I'll let you decide here as our special guest for the evening. You want to go to Victory Lane and talk to Fletcher? Or you want to go down there and talk to Brumbelow, who I think may have just reclaimed the points lead?
I normally go down to Victory Lane, so why not go to Victory Lane and talk to Robert Fletcher? I don't think I've talked to him in a long time.
I don't think so. So
or maybe ever.
Victory Lane. Well, I'll run down here. We'll talk to our runner-up finisher, but first I'll throw it over to our broadcast partner, Mr. Rage and Ron Piles, who I believe is going to catch up with the number 38 Team Hart teammate, Mr. Rick Gibson.
Was moved to your channel.
Yes, sir. I'm standing down here with the number 38 machine, Rick Gibson. After great performance here tonight, definitely good battle there throughout the field, especially battling with Shane Kelly and Joshua Ely and Cody Heron. How about you take us through your evening and how your feature race went for you this evening?
I think the start of the race went off pretty good, and then I don't know, I just started falling off about halfway through. I think I got in the wall too many times, so kind of messed up the back of the car. Felt like I got a parachute back there, so I was just trying to hang on.
Yeah, definitely trying to hang on there for sure. And this track slicking it off and slowing the track down for you guys. Definitely help y'all out trying to switch lanes and find grip to see if you actually catch up with Robert Fletcher and see if you had a chance for that lead. But definitely had a good piece there for a while as the night continued on. But I'll hand the microphone back to you and let you thank your wonderful sponsors that helped you get to this damn finish here tonight at Blowbye Racing League.
Yeah, thanks, Ron. I just want to say thanks to Wiley and everybody at Blowbye and Full Velocity for broadcasting and putting this thing on. And congrats on Robert and Aaron on their good win. It was good battling with Cody and Brett there and everybody. So I still had fun, even though wish I got a better position. But sometimes you just got to be lucky, and luckily enough, I was to get a podium.
Right on, ladies and gentlemen, that is Rick Gibson, driver the number 38 Pro Late model here tonight. Congratulations on the third place finish, and hopefully we'll talk to you next week in Victory Lane.
Yeah, thanks, Ron.
No problem.
User was moved out of
All right, there we have it. There, Ron Piles with teammate and buddy there, Rick Gibbs, finished up second. I'll walk a little bit further down here, and we'll catch up with the driver of car number 01, who tonight brings it home in the second spot, Aaron Brumbelow. Aaron, terrific run for you. A night where you had a pretty decent piece on a racetrack. It really looked tough to pass. I'm not sure anybody up front had anything for Fletcher, but you and Rolls had a damn good battle those last 15 or 20 laps, bud. Take us on through it.
Yeah, I mean, we were racing hard. I felt like I was a little bit better than what he was. Last couple laps, we got the swap and slide jobs there, and once I made contact there on white flag lap, it wasn't intentional. I mean, I feel like I did what I had to do. I feel like he did what he had to do, and he ended up in the wall, and I ended up in second. I mean, it wasn't intentional.
Oh, no, that was really good hard racing right there. But I look here after a disastrous run last week where you relinquished a points lead with a good run here tonight. It looks like you're going to reclaim that top spot here in front of Nick Wiley as we look forward here to the next couple of weeks here heading to the championship. How much is a good run and how much do points start playing in the back of your mind as we race forward here these next couple of weeks?
Well, to be honest, I don't really race for points. I can't race for points. I got work next weekend, so I'll miss the show. But I mean, it's nice to be up in contention. But you know, I'm here for the fun of it.
I love it. That's a good racer's mentality right there, to show up and have fun, and the points kind of fall where they may, Aaron. It's really good to talk to you up here live tonight on the Full Velocity Racing Network. We're on Facebook Live, YouTube, and Twitch TV. I'm going to give you the mic one more time. Anybody out there you want to say hello to or thank, the floor is all yours, my friend. Take it away and talk to all the great people out there watching. Great crowd.
Yeah, I got to thank all my teammates, State Line Motorsports, our sponsors, Bama Race Parts, ETI Transportation, Limestone Mowers, Morgan Machine, and last but not least, Brumbelow Stud Service. I give a shout out to my teammate Jason Skinner. He wasn't able to race tonight. He had his father passed away, so I guess I'll dedicate this virtual win to him, or virtual second.
Well, our thoughts and prayers with Jason and his family. Really tough to hear that, but there you have it, folks, from trackside here tonight. Second place finisher aboard car number 01. Aaron Brumbelow taking out a position here tonight. Great to talk to new names up here on the Full Velocity Racing Network. And I am going to throw this thing down to BladeNo.com, Victory Lane, where Robert Fletcher is going to be down there with Todd Stanton. And Todd, as you said, that's a name we have not talked to in a long time. Great to see that full throttle performance number 77 car pull that thing into the winner's circle.
Yeah, down here in BladeNo.com, Victory Lane, with the driver of the number 77, Robert Fletcher, taking down the victory here on the Full Velocity Racing Network. What a great race, 49 to 50 laps, dominating performance for that number 77 machine. Tell us about your race here this evening.
No, can you hear me there?
Yep, I can hear you now.
Sorry about that. I forgot I changed headphones.
Well, I was just saying there to you, Robert, a dominating performance here tonight, leading 49 to 50 laps here at Lanier. Tell us what you thought about going into this race. I tell you, just able to keep Rolls at bay. Rolls was there a couple times, but you were able to hold off challenges of Rolls and some of the other guys right directly behind you. Tell us about your race and what was your strategy coming maybe into this one?
Well, when I first started off the night there in practice and stuff, I was kind of not looking forward to it because I was a little slow on the speed charts, and then had a good qualifying run. Just kind of set the tone for everything. And then in that feature race, the groove moved down. I know on this track, it's usually been bottom groove dominant, but on fixed setups, it seems like it either goes slider or top. And I knew he was getting closer. My spotter was telling me he was running up on me some before that last caution, and so I moved up a groove, and his car seemed to start working a little better on that groove I was using.
Yeah, it seemed to work really, really good for that number 77 machine here tonight. Like you said, able to keep those guys at bay, but it was even there to pull a slider on you. We had enough of a gap there towards the end of that one after a little bit of hard racing for second and third place there between Rolls. But it was rather interesting to see that go on back there. But you were able to keep it up there for the race win and just take it down a nice victory here tonight. I mean, for the fans, everybody. You had some cheering guys out there at Facebook Live.
Oh, nice. It's always good when you get people cheering you on. And I know my spotter came over and he told me about like 2 laps or the last lap one. I'm not sure which, but they were racing pretty hard and just stay smooth. So I didn't get a chance to see exactly what happened, but I just one of those deals. I just was concentrating on myself more than anything.
A lot of times you got to race the track rather than everybody else. That's a big benefactor there. Is just race that track. Don't worry about what's coming up behind you. If you got that race lead, because it'll just make you a little bit more nervous taking down a big W like you did here tonight. But Robert, I'm going to give you the floor though to thank everybody you want to hear to thank anybody you want to here tonight on Full Velocity Racing Network. Because I'm getting tongue tied here tonight for some reason.
Yes, sir. I figured I would be. This is my first interview with you guys, I think. So, first I got to thank Team FTP, Full Throttle Performance. They helped me out a ton. Team VLR, Supermoon Graphics, iRacing, iFlag, Tag 3 Defense, Dirty Grass Soul, Capron Screen Printing, C High Performance, BD Blackburn Racing, and Russell Baker Race Engines. All these guys have a hand in it somehow with helping me get this thing up front, and they've helped me a lot with driving, transitioning from real cars to these. It's not as easy what people think. So
I'll definitely have to echo those sentiments as I've done that quite a few times here there, Robert. But again, congratulations on your win here tonight. You can say that you tongue-tied the announcer on your first interview here at Full Velocity Racing Network. That's going to be a first.
thank you guys. You guys always do a great job broadcasting, and think Blowbye also. This has been fun, and like I said, always watching your guys' broadcasts are top notch. So.
All right, thank you so much there, Robert, for the shout out for that. We appreciate it. We appreciate you tuning in, but congratulations on the win here tonight, and you'll be able to watch this as many times as you want now.
No, yes, sir. Thank you.
All right. Ladies and gentlemen, picking up the win here tonight, driver of that number 77 tonight, Robert Fletcher. Tongue-tied here tonight, Phil, for myself. I'm not sure what the heck's going on. I haven't even had a beer yet. Maybe that's what's going on. It's a Friday night. What am I doing?
Maybe that is the reason why you're kind of off it tonight. Friday night, Todd doesn't have a beer in his hand. Somebody, if you can hear us, somebody get Todd a beer. Guy a drink. That'd be good for him. So we'll let Todd do that. Enjoy a Friday night where he's not covered in dirt at the racetrack. That's probably a good thing for the family. But Ron, a terrific race of these guys tonight, and what is going to be coming with these guys for the rest of the season. I believe, I don't know if it's Monday night. No, in the next couple of weeks, I think we're going to see Fairbury, the new Fairbury track coming over here to Blowbye. This is one of the many, many great tracks. This has been a fun season to watch with these fellows, and man, I can't wait to see where we go next. It's a growing league, and I hope they grow for a long time. Really cool people.
Yeah, that was this was just race 8 of 13, I believe, or 15, one of those two. I think he said 15-week season, so still a lot of chance there for Nick Wiley to reassume this lead here that Aaron Brumble has created, and Christopher Long currently sitting in third. I'm not sure exactly how he does his points, but I'd say, Robert Fletcher currently cracked his way into the top 5, and Rick Gibson in 5th in points right now, but tie between Gibson and Ely for points right now, and Shane Kelly not far out from in that battle as well as Brent Allen, and they're pretty tight there from like 5th to 10th. They're like maybe 2 to 3 points apart. But we'll see what this battle shapes up here in the weeks to come, and we'll be back here with you again next week, because I believe Jack is ready to cue us out.
All right, well, that'll do it for us here tonight, folks, live on the Full Velocity Racing Network. I want to thank all you for tuning in this evening through Facebook Live and YouTube and Twitch TV. Thank our great sponsors, of course, like Hanover Record Service, iRacing, iFlag, Voiles Trucking, CCM Custom Designs and Engraving, BladeNote.com, South Texas Speedway, Monster Productions, TDR Racing League, Hard Motorsports, Trash Panda Graphics, Eichstadt Wraps, and Full Throttle with the Gen over on YouTube. For Ron Piles, Todd Stanton, Jack Truin, Martin Karch, and the rest of the group over here at the Full Velocity Racing Network. My name is Phil Lacasse. Have a great weekend, everybody. We will see you back here live Sunday evening. Dirt Warrior Racing League double dip with the Pro 8 Model Series, and of course, the Sunday Night Shootout Series in the Street Stocks. Todd will have all the action covered, 6:20 p.m. Eastern Time on Sunday night. So until then, we'll sign off. Good night, everybody.